which we are going to lay the foundations of prompt engineering. Now, it might have happened with you sometimes that you give some input to ChatGPT and you get completely irrelevant output. And it happens with a lot of people. Now, why does that happen? And what even is a prompt? What do I mean when I say prompt engineering? So, in order to understand all of that, we need to see an image. Now, as you can see on your screen, that there are three things that are going to an LLM, which is a large language model. One of which is set parameters, the another one is training data, and the third one is input prompt. And all of these three things, they guide what the output is when we actually receive it. So yes, we are going to talk about all of these things, set parameters, training data, and all of that when we talk about LLMs. But you see, there are three factors that are going into the LLM. Two of them are not in our hands. We can't control them. But there is definitely one factor that we can control, and that is an input prompt. A prompt is basically your input to the AI. It could be either a question, a request, or a task, and it guides the output. AI responds by matching patterns. The input prompt you give to it, it will basically go through the training data. It will see what is relevant, and it is just gonna give you that as an output. All right. And basically, what we are going to go through in this course is the foundational skill of how to structure a prompt very effectively and how we can apply that to business, creativity, and a lot more in the later lectures. So, yes, I hope you understand what is a prompt. Now, we need to see how we can generate a good prompt, how we can structure a good prompt or a good input so that we get the best output from the LLM. So in order to do that, there are basically 6 steps. So first thing that you need to do to make a good prompt, it is basically to set your goal first. You need to know what you want the AI to generate. A clear goal gives you a prompt purpose. The second thing is you need to write a draft. I mean, it could be just a rough thing. You can just, you can just put your thoughts into words like, this is what I want the AI to generate. Then you should test that draft and you should review the output. I mean, sometimes it might be relevant, sometimes it might be completely irrelevant. And if it is completely irrelevant, then it is time to refine your prompt. And that is what I'm going to show to you, how we can refine it. But first, let's actually try out some prompts and see how they are generating some answers for us, so that we have a good idea of how prompts are driving our answers. And in order to do that, let's just go back to ChatGPT. And here I am. So I'm going to give 2 prompts to ChatGPT. One of which is going to be a very generic prompt, like how everyone talks to ChatGPT. And in the second one, I'm going to design it specifically for my needs. So firstly, let's just type our first prompt, which is going to be, show me some hotels in Agra. And if I search that, I'm going to get some answers, of course. So searching the web, it's going to take its sweet time. It's seeing on TripAdvisor and a lot more hotels in Agra it has already created. And it's going to drive the answer. So here's visual taste of what Agra's hotel scene looks like, from luxury heritage to modern comfort. And there are a lot. Hmm. Okay, so it has shown me hotels in Agra. Unparalleled Taj views and luxury. Okay, mid-range with amenities and all of that. But it is not specific to my needs. So what I have done is I have designed a prompt which is going to fetch me the exact answers that I want from ChatGPT. And I'm just going to copy paste it real quick. All right. So here I have done that. So I'm telling ChatGPT that I'm traveling to Agra with a friend of mine and we are traveling through car. We want to stay in a good Airbnb or hotel. So I have also included Airbnb. Before that, it was just showing me hotels. All right. But now I have factored in Airbnb as well. It might show me, it might not show me. It depends on the budget and the needs of mine. But yeah, it will also factor in that. It needs to be with an on-premise parking. It should offer a good view of Taj Mahal, and my budget is 15,000 rupees for 2 days. Now, since I hadn't mentioned it in my previous prompt, you see it was showing me a lot of luxurious, ultra luxury. So it was showing me the Oberoi Amar Vilas. I believe it costs like 90,000 rupees per night. And I don't think I would afford to live there right now. But yeah, It is showing me all the luxuries and all of that, but that's not what I really want. I have specified my budget and I'm telling that this is my budget for 2 days. Give me a list of 5 hotels slash Airbnb that fulfill my demands along with the cost estimation and facilities each provides. So I am very precise with the prompt that I'm giving to it. And now let's see what output I get if I be so specific. And I'll give it its time because I know it's going to take a lot of time thinking longer for a better answer. Of course, let's give it its sweet time. All right, so it's loading now and it thought for 1 minute and 44 seconds. Oh my god, that's a lot. But yeah, it has got me some 5 solid Taj facing stays in Agra that tick my boxes. So it has on-premise parking, Taj view, and they are within the 15,000 budget for 2 nights, 7,500 per night or less. Prices are typical ranges and it has got me 5 minutes walk to Taj. Okay, it's an Airbnb and it is also telling me some quick booking tips. So that's pretty cool. Now, if I actually come back here, if you see, I have got a really concise answer. Now, if you do it without actually customizing your chat GPT as such, then you would get a much longer answer than this. All right. But now you see, I have got a really concise answer and it has given me all the points of why I should consider the hotels that it has mentioned. So there's Taj View and it is 5,500 to 7,000 per night. All right. That's pretty nice. There are also facilities. So rooftop sky deck and there are some more. So Taj Hotel and Convention Center. It's a hotel. There's Hotel Taj Resorts. It has given me the cost estimations and all of that. So there are Airbnbs as well as it has suggested and it researched for me. So you can already see how much better the answer for me is now. All right. It didn't factor in Airbnbs before, but now it is factoring in Airbnb. It is going to give me a direct link as well. So 5 minutes walk to Taj, rooftop Taj view and all of that. And if I click it, I'll be sent to the page. So it's so much better. And again, I need to mention it again that if my ChatGPT wasn't customized, I would have got such a longer answer. So yeah, it is already so much better now. So now coming back to this image, the first thing was setting my goal. So I wanted a hotel in Agra. I wrote a draft. I simply said that, yes, I want a hotel. Tell me a hotel in Agra. And I did not tell it anything. I tested it. I just ran it in ChatGPT and I did not get a really good answer. However, it was concise, but it wouldn't be concise if I hadn't told my ChatGPT to be such. But again, the output that I got was not really nice. So I reviewed the output. I saw that, yes, it was not really accurate. It wasn't really relevant. I mean, it was certainly relevant, but it was not exactly what I wanted. And then I refined my prompt. I added details, I reworded it, I also shifted the tone, I gave it the proper context. And that is the thing that matters. And now what we are going to do is we are going to see the anatomy of a good prompt. So if I come here, you see elements of a good prompt. These are the things that you should always consider if you want to be a good prompt engineer. So always try to define a role for ChatGPT. The second thing is that you need to give enough context to ChatGPT. All right. Then thirdly, you should give instructions. Fourth thing is to format. The fifth thing is the boundaries. And the last thing is try to add an example. And now we are going to see this all through an example. So this is a prompt that I designed and this factors in all the things that I have told are important for a good prompt. So firstly, let's talk about the role. I am telling ChatGPT that you are a content writer who helps write posts for LinkedIn. The second thing is context, and it is really important. Even if you don't define a role, even if you don't format or give an example, context is always the best thing, and you should always mention context. And let's see that through an example. So I am telling ChatGPT all the context that I work at a LinkedIn personal branding agency. I mean, I don't, but this is how I designed the prompt. So yeah, I work there where we help clients build authentic and genuine personal brands on LinkedIn. That helps them network, build credibility, and grow their businesses. I work with CEOs, entrepreneurs, founders, and coaches. This is all the context that I'm providing to ChatGPT so that I can get a better output. Now, the third thing is instructions, which is even more important than context. This is where you tell ChatGPT what you want it to do exactly. And you see, I have put it at the third position. it's not the first thing, it's not the second thing. I have put instructions after context, because only after context would the chat GPT understand better what I want it to do. Now I'm telling here, I'm adding verbs that do this, write a post on leadership, analyzing the tonality, personality, niche, and business of the client who is a wellness coach. And I will also give more context to it, that this is what they do, this is their LinkedIn profile. You should go and check how they are behaving. And that is exactly how I want you to behave when you write that post for me. This is where I give specific instructions to ChatGPT. Now I do the formatting. I tell exactly how I want the output to be. I will tell it that keep it short, readable, and make it not more than three paragraphs divided into structural lines. Now, that is a LinkedIn lingo. Basically, structural lines are basically bullet point format. And after formatting, I'm just giving it some additional instructions, which is basically boundaries. I'm defining that keep it friendly and conversational. I could have put to sound confident and assertive, but no, I just wanted to keep it friendly and conversational. So, yes, I have defined the boundaries. And the last thing is, I have used an example. So, use this as a style reference. Founders often tell me they are chasing perfection. This is a part of their post, the perfect pitch, the perfect product, and all of that. So, this is what I am giving to ChatGPT as an example so that it knows exactly what output to give to me. All right. So this is how a good prompt looks. And in the further lectures, we are going to explore it in much more details. So I hope you understood the importance of instructions and context. And I'll catch you in the next lectures where we are going to further discuss about the anatomy of a good prompt. And I'll catch you there. Till then, bye.